How's it going, everyone? Chris here, and welcome back to another Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Countdown video. We only have 33 days left until the game's release on December 7th, and today we are going to be talking about the people who supposedly leaked the Grinch leak, how they made it, and a little bit more stuff about that. As always, and I cannot stress this enough, we have no idea if these people are actually the people that made it, so make sure you take it with a grain of salt and realize that I'm talking about this just for fun. If you'd like to read along while I talk, you find the link to the original post in the description bar down below, and now with all that out of the way, I have to tell you a little bit about where this info came from. So all of this information comes from 4chan by an anonymous poster, and it is a text post leak. However, I did want to take a look at it because apparently it does come from the people that faked the Grinch leak, and since the Grinch leak was so controversial and a lot of people really thought that it was real, I thought that it was important to talk about it because, as you guys know, the Grinch leak did turn out to be fake, so I wanted to kind of figure out why it was fake and just talk about the guys who made it. So if you want to leave the video, go ahead and do so now, otherwise we are going to start talking about what these guys have to say. So like I said, this post comes from 4chan and it is titled, "I'm Back," and it is posted by Anonymous. It starts by saying, "Now that everything is settled, Ken's post was a lucky guess. We just edited the banner. A friend works for ACP-PLV and helped fake it for us just to troll. He just followed instructions on what to print, and he said he would make it believable with weird stuff around, as it is usually arranged in his daily work to make it believable. The Grinch and all of that was his stuff, and we didn't plan that. The reason why the cut for Isaac luckily helped the leak was that we downloaded the banner in sections as it is the page. A friend worked on the empty background, and we didn't know it was in E3, and he made it manually. All renders are actually kind of bad, but with blur it worked. Also, he sent the stuff via Snapchat, and we put it together with the extra image that we added at the bottom of the leak, which you didn't notice that didn't have any source as the ones above from Snapchat. So now that we've gone over the entire post, let's talk about it." So first of all, let me get this out there. We have no idea whether or not it was actually these guys who created it, because once again, we have no idea who did. This is a random user on 4chan who says that he was the one who made it, but at the same time, we really have no idea just because the person who posted it originally was anonymous. However, there are a few things I need to talk about regarding this leak. I understand that it's fake, and I understand that a lot of people are upset with the way the last Smash Direct went down, but we have to realize that this is 100% fake, even though we all want it to be real. Personally, I really wanted it to be real just because 7 new characters sounded too good to be true, and in this case, I guess it was too good to be true, but it just makes me really upset how someone would go through all of this effort just to fool everyone. I think that a large reason that a lot of people were disappointed in the Smash Direct, myself included, was because we saw this amazing post with all this awesome evidence behind it, and then when it turned out to be fake, all of our hopes just kind of went out the door and they all just kind of vanished. So I think that's a reason why the Smash Direct was so disappointing to a lot of people. Now, after looking at it, I realized the Smash Direct was actually really good, and we should be thankful that we did get 2 more characters and a new DLC character that's going to be released shortly after release, but it does still sting that this leak happened and a lot of us really got our hopes up. So now let's go over the actual stuff that they said in this leak. First of all, Ken's post was a lucky guess. So actually, on the banner leak, or the Grinch leak, and on the official artwork, Ken had artwork that was extremely similar to the original post as he did on the Grinch leak. Now, they aren't in the exact same position, and if I can do a side-by-side photo, I will show you. But on the official artwork, Ken is actually a little bit further left than he was on the Grinch leak artwork. So right away when we saw that, we all knew it was fake, even after we saw that Incineroar was there. Next up, apparently they just edited the banner, and a friend works for ACP-PLV and helped fake it for us. Now, this I'm not extremely skeptical of anymore. So, editing it sounds extremely difficult, but at the same time, we have to remember we have people like Artsy Omni who made videos of Rayman back in the Smash 4 days that made everyone super excited, and he actually faked that through a video, so I feel like editing a banner probably isn't as hard. Now, having a friend in ACP-PLV does sound a little bit unbelievable, but at the same time, if he actually agreed to it, that's super strange. Now, another thing that I find really weird is that ACP-PLV was so silent on the entire issue, and they also removed a video of their workspace, which means that the person who did make this actually did have connections at ACP-PLV. However, a lot of people thought that they took down the video of their workplace and didn't say anything about it was because of the Smash Ultimate leak, but in fact, it looks like the reason that they took down the video and everything was because of the stuff from the Grinch that was leaked. According to these guys, the Grinch and all of that other stuff was real information, so that was real properties and real renders, which means that was probably the reason it was taken down. So I'm not sure if there's any like Grinch-centered channels out there that were taking a look at this leak and like diving into it or anything, but those were real. Those were unreleased scans of the Grinch movie, which means that that's the reason it was taken down. The guy that's getting in trouble right now is getting in trouble not for the Smash Ultimate leak, but he is instead getting in trouble because he posted unreleased Grinch material, which I find extremely funny. Next up, the leakers talk about the reason that the cut for Isaac was extremely lucky. So if you guys remember, I talked about this in a couple videos before, but on the official Super Smash Bros. Ultimate website, there was this cut of right next to Little Mac and Olimar, which was clearly not intentional. So if I can find it, I will put it on screen, but basically, after the website updated, there was a part of Little Mac's glove that was cut off and there was this really bad cut. Now, a lot of people thought that it was because there was supposedly going to be a new character there, and what the people who made this fake banner leak did is they put Isaac in that exact spot where Little Mac's glove was cut, even adding more credibility to the leak, because people thought that since there was this really bad cut, that there was going to be a character there. So what they did was, when they made the picture of Isaac, they put Little Mac's glove, they fixed it so that it actually looked right, and they fixed Olimar, and it looked like Isaac fit in perfectly there, which means that this gave that leak even more credibility. Next, they say that a friend worked on the empty background and they didn't know it was in E3 and he made it manually. Let me just start by saying, wow, that is extremely crazy. I can't believe that someone is talented enough to make the exact same banner that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate developers themselves made and recreate it and make it look so believable with brand new characters on it. If we ever find out who this leaker is, guys, even though we're all upset that it is fake, we have to realize that this guy has some real talent. Like, that's truly amazing. And honestly, if I didn't believe this leak so much and I wasn't so upset that it was fake, I think that I would want to shake this guy's hand because he did a great job. Next, this leaker says that all of the renders were actually really bad, and the reason they look so believable was because of all the blur. Now, as we know, every single picture that we look at, well, basically every single picture we look at that is supposedly a leak is always blurry. Now, the one exception to this was during the Smash 4 days when we got the ESRB leak. Those pictures were really clear and we could see everything. There was just a little bit of blur. So what happened is when this leak got released, everyone started looking for new characters. They would trace around characters they thought they saw, and they would see something there that they weren't really seeing. So people were seeing Zeno, Banjo, etc. And even though we saw those characters there, we know that they're now not in the game. Now, if this picture wasn't blurry, that means that we would have been able to see all of the bad renders of each of the characters, and we would have been able to debunk it right away. But because it was on a Snapchat picture and it was so poorly, there was so much poor quality in it, we had no idea what we were looking for. It was just crazy. And I think that that's also part of the reason that a lot of people really believe this leak, is because we didn't get a close-up picture of each individual character. We got basic outlines, and because it was so blurry, a lot of people saw things that weren't actually there. And then finally, he said he sent the stuff via Snapchat and we put it together with the extra image that we added at the bottom of the leak, which you didn't notice that didn't have any source as the ones above from the Snapchat. Now personally, I'm not too sure what he's talking about, and I really don't want to go look at the Grinch leak just because it's going to make me probably upset again that all those characters aren't going to be in the game. So if you guys do know what it is, let me know in the comment section down below. So guys, what we need to take away from the Grinch leak and from the Rayman leak is that we have to take everything with a huge grain of salt. Until it is officially revealed by Nintendo, we have no way of knowing whether or not these leaks are true or not, so we just need to make sure we are always cautious with what we believe or not. This was by far the best Smash Ultimate leak we have ever taken a look at. I would say it looked even better than the Agnes leak and the Chorus Kid leak that came before it, but this was just overall the best leak I have ever seen. and it really made me think that from now on, especially as we start talking about DLC leaks and we move into DLC season, that we need to make sure we're taking everything with a grain of salt, and until it is officially announced by Nintendo, we need to make sure we're not getting our hopes up too high. However, as we know, Sakurai usually doesn't disappoint us, so I'm not worried about the next 5 characters that are going to be joining the game, because I know that they are all going to be great. So let me know what you guys think about these leakers in the comment section down below. Are you guys really upset that the Grinch leak didn't end up happening? Or are you happy that the surprise of Incineroar and Ken wasn't spoiled for you? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, share, and like, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.